Hey guys, what is going on? And welcome back to another episode of the Huddersfield Town Career Mode. This is episode number 46, and today we are returning with another Big Four games with our Terriers, including one of the biggest games, if not the biggest game of the season so far, as we take on Borussia Dortmund in the final game of our Champions League group stage. Alright, Foxy? Okay, let's get to it today then. So we have indeed these Big Four games, and we start off with that big game home to Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League group stage, where just at 1 point we'll see us qualifying in second place, but lose the game tonight, and sadly we'll drop into third place and end up going to the Europa League instead. The three Premier League games come straight afterwards. Bournemouth at home, then Watford away at Vicarage Road in our third and final Premier League game is Southampton at home as well. So 4 big games, let's just get straight to it. Actually, Foxy, I'm just realising we forgot to do the recap, didn't we? Yes, in the last episode there were indeed 4 games. We drew 0-0 with Feyenoord in the first one away in Rotterdam, and then we beat Swansea by 4-0 as Zanka returned to Kirkby Stadium again. That was an emphatic victory, really great win for us. And then we beat Burton Albion by 3-0 where Bradley King netted another hat-trick, unbelievable. And then we had a 1-1 draw away at Pride Park against Derby. So yeah, form's not been too great, but actually it's kind of a good thing I forgot to do the recap, because I wanted to discuss something just before we get into the first game, and that is that a couple of guys have been letting me know we do have contracts that are out of contract, players that are out of contract at the end of the season, and some of those are very, very important, including Philip Billing, the Great Dane, who's now been converted to play centre-back for us this season, so he's out of contract in the summer. Aaron Moy, our captain in the normal first 11 when Tommy Smith is not playing, and also, you just saw him there, Kachunga as well is out of contract at the end of this season. So there are 3 big players with their contracts that come at the end of the season, and of course, as they're all 23 and over, they can leave in January on a pre-contract. So in today's episode, we'll offer free contracts to those players, hopefully, and get them all to sign. But the problem we have is we don't really have much money left in our budget right now, just 1.3 million in the transfer budget, and not much in the wage budget either. So if these players want big wage increases, we might have to let 1 or possibly 2 of them go. It's a little bit worrying. So here we go then, first on the Big Four games today, and it is one of the biggest, if not the biggest games of the season, our final Champions League group stage game, where, a reminder, we just need the 1 point to qualify in second place tonight. A win or a draw will do. We can't finish top. Real Madrid have already guaranteed that. But after only 3 wins in our last 7 in all competitions, and no wins in either our last 2 Champions League games, and no goals in those games either, I'm a little bit worried. I'm a little bit worried heading into this game that Dortmund will win and will drop down to third place. So for the Dortmund team, 4-3-3, very good. Berkey in goal, but for Willems, Toprak, Chancellor Member, and João Cancelo. The midfield trio is Sebastian Rode, Nuri Sahin, and Julian Weigl. And the front 3, very threatening. Breckel on the left, Yarmolenko on the right, and Milik leading the line. This is going to be a very, very, very tough test. We just need a point. Let's get it done. I'll be lying to you if I said that I wasn't more nervous heading into this game tonight than I was for the Arsenal game a couple episodes ago in an early battle between the top 2, because in the Premier League there's plenty of games to go. We're not even halfway through the season yet, but in the Champions League, if we lose tonight, it's game over. We're out, and that's just how it is. So, very fearful. We only get 1 shot at this, and we cannot afford to lose. And Dortmund has started off on the front foot, 26 minutes in. They've had a couple of chances, but haven't been able to pull the trigger yet. And a chance here from a corner, which Billing heads it away. We need an early goal to settle some nerves here tonight, but I'm very worried. Dortmund have made a better start, and we've not got started at all. Let's change that. Davis through to Sisto, down the left-hand side, looking for Moses, rolls him through. Moses stays on his feet and fires the ball into the back of the net. And when we need someone to relieve some pressure, how often is it our number 33? Moses does it again. 1-0 to the Terriers, and a great time to pounce. Under pressure, yet to get going, but when we need someone to stand up and be delivered, it's our top scorer doing it once again. This is only his 2nd goal in the Champions League, but what an important one. 1-0 to the Terriers, 31 minutes in, and now Dortmund must come from behind if they are to go through. Big pressure relieving goal by the man that feels no pressure whatsoever. It's not been a great first half, but Davis does really want to win it back there and finds Moses, flicks it back to him, the handsome man! Oh, it's 2! It's 2 for Huddersfield Town. Moses with the first, and the handsome man, justifying his selection in the first 11, doubles our lead. 6 minutes before the break, Dortmund were trying to pass out from the back there, and we were playing a full pitch press on them, putting them under as much pressure as possible. In the end, it pays off. Davis wins it back, plays a 1-2 with Moses, and the handsome man fires it home for his second goal in 4 games. 2-0 to the Terriers, his first in Europe, and with 5 minutes to go in the first half, there's not been much going on. We're leading by 2 and now firmly in control. Through to Bradley King, and maybe a chance here for a third goal. King holds it up, looks for Davis, he'll find him. Will Davis, oh, what a stop by Berkey, and can Gree get there first? No, because Berkey pounces on the rebound. Still 2-0. Gotta say, what a decision to start Will Davis tonight, man. Seriously, Aaron Moy's not played bad or anything, but I thought fresh legs might help. He's played well. He's been on the pitch this season, and I said he'd get more minutes this season, and when he's played this year, he's been a really, really good player for us. What a decision to start him tonight. And there is the final whistle here at the Kirklees Stadium. We only needed a point tonight, and after a pretty shaky run of form, I was quite nervous that we'd lose this game, and Dortmund would leapfrog us, but instead we get the job done. A 2-0 win, and for that man, what a performance. It was absolutely brilliant tonight, Will Davis. Absolutely brilliant. We've got so many great youth prospects in this team, 3 of which starting tonight. And I tell you what, King may not have been amazing. Jespersen, not that much to do, but for Will Davis, a brilliant display through the middle of the park. And we thoroughly deserved the win as well. Dortmund only had 2 attempts, and not a single one hit the target in the game. But for us, we had a challenge, and we absolutely relished it. 2-0 the final score, points in the bag. And man match, despite Moses getting a perfect 10 with a goal and assist, will go to Mr. Will Davis. A great display through the middle of the park as we collect the 3 points and are through to the Champions League round of 16. Get in! And how about this for a very interesting email directly after the game? Aaron Moyes come to us and said, "We need to talk, boss. I'm not getting the first team action I feel I deserve. Unless I get more time on the pitch, I'm going to have to think long and hard about my future." And that's a real surprise to see our normal captain in the first 11 come to us and say that, because he has played more games than almost anyone else in the squad. He's the 5th highest for appearances this season. He's played 18 competitive games. I'm shocked at that. I don't know why he said that. Don't get me wrong, Aaron Moy is a player we absolutely love here. The Aussie's a fantastic member of our squad, but he's one of the most consistent names on the team sheet week after week. The fact he would say that is quite a surprise, but we are going to offer him a new contract. We'll start with billing though first. As he is probably the most important of the 3. 23 years old, 80 rated, and playing some really good football this season. He'll want a big wage increase, so we'll start the wage off for let's go 40 grand, and we won't go higher than 75 grand. And that is a really, really good contract that our chief exec has just negotiated there. A 5-year deal, important squad role, and 50 grand a week as well. We want to tie the Great Dane down here for as long as we possibly can. So he's going absolutely nowhere. Great contract there. And also as well, thank you to everyone that did let me know that if you do delegate the contracts, you won't have to pay any bonuses whatsoever. I didn't realise that. I thought it would just be like a standard one, a fee that you can't change, can't alter. But you guys did let me know that you don't have to pay a bonus at all. We'll give Moy the next one. Now, if we've got money left over, we'll offer one for Kachunga as well. But I got to say, I'm surprised at the Moy email. I really, really am. What's he on right now? 46 grand a week. 7 months. I kind of want the chief exec to just give a 3-year deal and no higher than that, because he'll be 32 come the end of that. So we'll start the contract offer at around what he's on right now, so 52 grand a week. So he'll ask for a pay increase, we know that. We won't go any higher. Then let's say 70 grand a week, and we'll see what he says to that. Okay, important 4-year deal. That's a little bit steep, but hey ho, he's a good player. We'll keep him here. And of course, we will give one to Kachunga as well, because we really like this guy, man. He's such a great squad player to have. And I'd like to change the squad role if I could, but I doubt he'd accept anything lower than important. So he's on 26.5 grand a week. We won't give him much in the way of a wage increase. We'll start for 27 grand a week, and we won't go any higher than, let's say 40 grand a week. He's a squad player at the end of the day, so let's go 40 grand a week. And, okay. So they consider our initial offer too low to begin with, and they aren't willing to negotiate further. Well, Elias Kachunga may now be not settling with a bench role, and he might want to go to pastures new to be an important first-team player elsewhere. I mean, to be fair, not all birds can be caged, but that's a little bit worrying. What's the Shawshank Redemption quote? It's something like, some birds just aren't meant to be caged. What a movie, Shawshank. Has anyone watched Shawshank? I mean, some of you surely have. For those of you that haven't watched Shawshank Redemption, you've missed out on one of the greatest films of all time, in my opinion. I remember the first time I watched it, I was in awe. It was just an amazing film. and Morgan Freeman. Is there anything that man can't do? But, okay, so you've got 18.5 million for the Champions League prize money. That's fantastic news, as we don't have much left in our budget right now. But of course, we don't get that till the end of the season anyway. But we're now going to find out our Champions League opponents for the round of 16. Now, of course, we finished in second place in our group. The group table will be on the screen right now as we get to the Champions League round of 16 tie. And I'm nervous to see who we'll be facing, man. I'm very nervous indeed. I'm hoping for an easiest tie, if we will. And here we are, Champions League round of 16, and we've been drawn against... Oh, it's Barcelona! It's Barcelona in the round of 16 of the Champions League. We faced Cristiano Ronaldo twice, and he's beaten us twice. And now we've got Messi to deal with. Barcelona in the Champions League round of 16. Oh my. Oh my. So back to the Premier League for the second of 4 games today as we go back to our league lineup, if you will, as we aim for back-to-back wins. 4-4-1-1, Hudson in goal, back for Sessegnon, the Great Dane, Twansby and Yox at right back in the midfield. See Sister on the left, Malcolm on the right, and then Marty and Aaron Moy in the middle of the park. Vitinho is our cam, and of course Moses, top scorer, does lead the line. And as for the Bournemouth team, they're also playing a 4-4-1-1 with Begovic in goal and De Ligt and Nathan Ake as 2 young Dutch talented centre-backs starting as a duo in the CB role. They've got Josh King in the centre forward role supporting in Bolo up top as well. So a threatening team, and we normally have good clashes with Eddie Howe's side whenever we face them. Hopefully this game will not be an exception. Most importantly though, let's get those 3 points and stay top of the table.
Well, we know the qualities of this home team today, Alan, don't we? They're so strong defensively. Best defensive record in the league.
Well, defending is an art, and sometimes a forgotten one in this day and age, but this lot haven't forgotten it, that's for sure.
Really? Barcelona in the Champions League round of 16. I mean, look, we'll have a chance, but it'll be a slim chance. Our team has made great progression since season 1, but we're not quite at Barcelona's level yet, that's for sure. I mean, we're getting better, but we're not quite there yet. But then again, the board have asked us to reach the quarterfinals, so we just have to do what we can and hope for the best. With Aaron Moy on the ball, looking for Malcolm, Ox even down the right-hand side. And he takes it around, calls a good chance for the Ox to drilling across to the centre, and it goes, and Nathan Ake blocks it and clears it away. It's been a few chances in the first 37 minutes, but so far no one is capable of putting the ball in the back of the net. Begovic made 1 decent save, but other than that, it's been very little to report in terms of clear-cut chances. We change that now. Amati to Vitinho, turns his man, fires one straight into the gloves of Asmir Begovic. Yeah, there's been chances in this first half, but the finishing's been woeful. It was a really subpar first half by both teams' standards. But here he's in Bolo through, and I think he's onside, and he is. And Bournemouth have gone in front. Briel in Bolo with the finish. And after a really poor first 45 minutes for finishing, well, that's the way to start for the Cherries. Lovely through ball, lovely strike, 1-0. Poor game from the Terriers. Very, very poor indeed. This is not what we needed after finding out the fate of our Champions League round of 16 tie. Come on, let's find an equalising goal. Vitinho to Moses, our top scorer this season, looking for space to pull the trigger, and Begovic makes the save and turns behind for a corner. We've had a lot of shots in this game. When they have fallen on target, Begovic has been equal to every single one of them. Can we find the equalising goal, or are Bournemouth going to stun us here at home? A chance on the break. Come on, Vitinho finds Moy, through to Malcolm. Malcolm looks for Moses. Normally our saviour has one man to beat in Nathan Ake. Begovic comes down to close down the angle, but no angle is too tight for Moses Simon, who does it once again. 11 minutes to go. The top scorer rescues us. 1-1, and my word did we need that. Nice ball through to Moses. Aki comes across, and Begovic came out to close down the angle there, then started to retreat once I stopped the ball with Moses, but he couldn't backpedal on time. Moses with the finish, 13 in the Premier League already this season. Now, can we have an epic, thrilling comeback and win this game later on? One final chance for the Terriers, no. Final score, Huddersfield 1, Bournemouth 1, and a very disappointing score draw, and no surprise the fans are not happy. It is back-to-back 1-1 draws against struggling sides in the Premier League. First Derby, now Bournemouth, and once again we were bailed out late on. There were quite a lot of shots in this game, but the finishing from both teams was really, really lacklustre for the most part, and so I'm not surprised there were just 2 goals in the match, but a draw was probably the right result in the end. I will give man of the match to the guy that rescued us a point in the end, Moses, for that really, really nice finish past Asmir Begovic on the weaker left foot, but We're not going to stay top of the table much longer if we keep on slipping up, man. Back-to-back draws against struggling teams. That should have been 6 points and only 2. Not good enough. And now the board are worried about expanding our brand exposure. Lads, we got more pressing issues on the pitch right now. Just 4 wins in our last 8 games. Look, I know that you want to increase the season ticket holders here. I'd love to do that as well, but right now I want to increase the amount of points we're getting on a regular basis. Seriously, more pressing issues, lads. Focus, priorities. So third of the 4 games today, it's now Watford away here at Vicarage Road. Marco Silva's got them playing some good football, and they're in 8th place in the game right now. You can see why they're a threatening team as well. We struggle against them quite often in this save. Out of a good lineup here, it's going to be a hard team to stop. Ducore and Chaloba at their DMs with Ricard Leeson, the talented youngster on the left-hand side, with Juan Cuadrado on the right. Pereira's their cam, and the ex-Burnley striker Andre Gray is leading the line. And as for our team, same 4-4-1-1. Not going to drop it just yet, because I really do like it. But just one change to the lineup, though, which sees Aaron Moy drop to the bench in this game, and a handsome man who played so well in the episode opener against Dortmund will slide in alongside Daniel Amarty in the middle. So Watford third game today. Let's get those 3 points and back to winning ways. Come on. Oh, no wins in our last 2 Premier League games, and I'm pretty sure it's just 1 win in our last 4, which was the 4-0 win against Swansea. It's true, we're stuttering a little bit, but fortunately, as Arsenal had a game in hand, they lost away at Old Trafford by 3-1, so we still stay top. We're still 4 points clear. However, we've got to get back to winning ways now. We cannot afford to keep on stumbling forever as Davis tries his luck and finds the back of the net. Will Davis rewarded with a start, and once again, he's justified it. What a goal from the handsome man, and it's 1-0 6 minutes in. That is a brilliant goal from Will Davis. Receives the ball here, takes one touch and levers it from 23 yards, and the goalkeeper Akinfeev has no chance. Davis with his second goal in the Premier League this season, and second goal in 2 starts, 1-0, and that was a thumping effort. Well done, young man. Watford trying to respond instantly though. Andre Gray fires it home, and what a quick start to the game. You know, I lamented the quality of finishing in the last game. Well, 2 shots, 2 goals, 11 minutes in, 1 for each side. What a strike. Anything you can do, I can do better. Must be the chant and the back and forth right now between Andre Gray and Will Davis. But Gray this time misses the target and fires it wide. Both players making great starts to this game. It's still 1-1. There's plenty more goals to come in this one though. Mark my words. This has been a great start to the game. As Malcolm goes down the right. And Malcolm cuts inside, and still Malcolm keeps on going, and Akinfeev makes a save. It'll drop to Sisto, nods it back, but Cavacetti gets it away. There's more goals in this one, no doubt about it. We've got 15 minutes to go, just over that. It's still 1-1 as Player tried his luck, but Hudson made the save. I'm shocked by this. Absolutely gobsmacked. I mean, we started off on such a frenetic pace and tempo, but I've got to say, this has shocked me. But here's Diox finding Moses, and a great chance here as he's in behind the back line. It is Moses, and there is the second goal. Moses with the finish does put us back in front, and of course, he's left it late to rescue us again. We started from the back, starting the counter-attack, and Moses ran onto a brilliant through ball by Diox, kept his head down, but his laces through it, across Akinfeev's body, and into the far corner. 2-1 to the Terriers, lead restored. We needed to win this, come on. I would not have been satisfied with 3 score draws in a row. We needed to win this game, and surely now we're going to claim the 3 points, courtesy of Moses doing it again. And is there time here for a late third goal? Kachunga on the ball, has men to aim at, not a bad delivery, and Moses fires it home. Moses fires it home. 3-1 to the Terriers, and the points in the bag. We needed a win, and when we really need someone to step up, we always can rely on our number 33. Win for the Terriers, we really needed it, and for Kachunga as well, comes off the bench, and what an assist as well. Maybe he is worth more money after all. We are going to extend our lead at the top of the table, and Moses could be free for a hat-trick here, a late hat-trick, but instead, he's going to play selfless and find Kachunga, who, well, maybe he's not worth more money after all. Should have made it 4-1, but blazed it a mile wide under pressure of Akinfeev, to be fair. So 3-1 the final score, a win for the Terriers. We really needed that, and we get the job done. Absolutely delighted. Very good game to play this one, really enjoyed it. A very good game. The standard the finishing much better from both teams, really, than in the Bournemouth game, even though Watford scored the same amount of goals as Eddie Howe's team. But we got the win. That's the most important thing for us. And once again, man of the match does indeed go to Moses. But once again, I will give a shout out to Will Davis for another great performance from the middle of the park. This guy is becoming a really important member of our squad because he keeps on playing very well when he's given the chances. And just before our fourth and final game today, one of our youth players wants to terminate his contracts. I hate it when this happens, man. And it is Darlington Adekunde, who looks pretty decent in the academy. However, we have better options in the centre forward and striker role. And like I said in my Palermo save a couple episodes ago, right now we only want the very best players, but his physicals are very good, to be fair. So we will give him a contract, but I just can't stand it when youth players want to terminate their contracts. And I don't know whether you guys agree, but I'd really like to see that feature either removed or altered to a point where you can talk to the youth player and make them explain, try and explain to them why they're not going to get a contract just yet. So we can't jinx potential anyway. We will find out what his weak foot and skill moves are. He's got medium-low work rates, and he's got 3-star. He has got some good physicals, to be fair. Decent physicals on him. So fourth and final game today, then, it is struggling Southampton here at home. And hopefully we'll make it back-to-back wins in the Premier League for quite some time. Same formation, same lineup, so not much to report other than the fact that Davis once again is hopefully going to make it 3 goals in 3 starts for us as he continues to impress. And as for the Southampton team, 4-2-3-1, very, very decent with Gelson Martins on the left-hand side, Rizzo on the right, Tadic their cam, and Shane Long their striker. So yeah, fourth game today, Southampton. Let's get those 3 points and end today's episode on a high. Come on.
Well, he really could be the star of the show today.
4 goals in his last 3 games. Those are pretty impressive stats.
So still tied at 0-0, 18 minutes into the game. Nothing to report yet. Maybe a chance here, though, as Malcolm gets Simon in behind Bednarek, who tries to turn his man. It's Moses. It's Moses. It's still Moses. Simon. Oh! It was a wonderful run, but Alex McCarthy makes the save, and then a bit of bizarre defending there. Saw McCarthy deflect the ball behind for a corner, as if to say, mate, what are you doing? Just hoof the ball long. But still 0-0, and what a stop there by McCarthy to keep it goalless. 26 minutes in, still tied at 0-0. Not that much to report in the first half an hour. The Saints doing very well at keeping the ball at feet, as you'd probably expect. However, they're not really doing that much with it at the moment. They're showing good pass accuracy and possession, but other than that, not too many chances. Maybe one here, though, as Messina cuts inside, looks for a teammate. Hanging up across the back stick, and Gelson Martins gets on the end of it after it was failed to be dealt with and puts it in off the post. 1-0 to the Saints, and a very poor start to the game for us. Tackle there by Coutinho, looks to play Malcolm through, holds it up, tries to find Moses round his man, and oh no! Fires it wide. 4 minutes to go before the end of the first half. A golden chance for our top scorer, and he somehow put it wide. Well, we're 3 days after Christmas now, and they should not be hungover from the parties, but we're trailing by 1. We're getting dominated in possession. Moses missed a golden chance, and Shane Long is through and makes it 2 for Southampton just before half-time. Well, they did not read the script at all. Who saw this coming? Gelson Martins to Shane Long. Lovely finish past Ross Hudson. And I gotta say this right now, I don't think there's anything you could have done about the goals, but Hudson has not kept a clean sheet in the league for quite a few games now. And I'm not against putting Morris back in the first 11, even though Hudson does appear to be the better goalkeeper in most of the games. But it's 2-0 to the Saints. We are really struggling here at the Kirklees Stadium. Our run of form has been very poor, and this takes the biscuit. With 2 goals down to a struggling team at home, this is very poor, man. Very, very poor. Well, Arsenal may have lost back-to-back, but it's Manchester City who are gathering pace in the 2nd place. And for us, well, we are struggling big time here, and we need a response in the second half. Moses, normally the guy that delivers it as he cannons one off the crossbar. Sisto to Davis, and McCarthy with the save and pounced on the rebound as well. We've got 40 minutes to turn this game around and salvage something. Come on! We may have had a chance early on in the second half, but since then, there's been virtually nothing. Southampton is still up by 2, and with 8 minutes to go, are surely going to claim a priceless 3 points in a bid to get some form sorted just before the halfway point of the season. It's Gelson Martins, it's Gabbiadini, and it's Hudson with the save, and he dives on the loose ball as well. A little bit too late to be providing heroics now though, Ross, with 2 goals down, but maybe, just maybe, as Malcolm finds Vitinho, there could be a late chance. There's a man running through. It's Sisto, who needs a cool head. It's Sisto. I tried to put McCarthy, but it didn't matter. Sisto with a finish. 2-1. Is there still time? We need the ball back, but instead it's Southampton in possession, and Tadic on the ball slides it through, and this could be the game, and it should have been, but it doesn't matter because that is the game. Rizzo fires it wide, but the Saints get the win, and it's all over. Our first home loss of the season in the league, and what a bitter blow to end today's episode off. Our struggling form continues, and who saw this coming? Southampton dominated possession. They took the chances they got, and for us, we missed a hatful of golden ones in this game as we failed to get any points. A bitter blow to end today's episode off. But for Gelson Martin's a goal and assist, he was so hard to stop in this one. And for Southampton, what a big win and what a big loss for the Terriers as well. So that will end today's episode of the Huddersfield Town career mode, guys. But a big thank you for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated, and they really help the channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you for the next episode of career mode very soon, featuring the January transfer window opening later on tomorrow. Bye.